Welcome to 7 Days Report, your go-to source for all major news from around the world. I'm your host, Vasilios Nikolaos Vitsilogiannis, and I'm thrilled to have you join us this evening. Every weekend at 12 p.m. and 9 p.m., we bring you the latest headlines, in-depth analysis, and insightful commentary on the stories that matter most. Whether you're tuning in for a recap of the week or looking for a deeper understanding of global events, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and get ready to dive into the most pressing issues shaping our world today. Thank you for being here with us on this journey through the news. Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States on the 20th of January 2025, marking his return to power after a 4-year hiatus. The ceremony took place inside the Capitol Rotunda, a significant change from tradition due to severe cold weather conditions. This is the first time in 40 years that an inauguration has been held indoors. The day began with Trump attending a service at St. John's Church, followed by a meeting with outgoing President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden at the White House. The swearing-in ceremony commenced at noon, led by Chief Justice John Roberts, with Trump taking the oath alongside Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. In his inaugural address, Trump promised to swiftly implement executive actions aimed at reversing many Democratic policies on immigration and energy, among other areas. The ceremony featured musical performances by the U.S. Marine Band and a rendition of America the Beautiful by Carrie Underwood. Following the formalities, Trump participated in a signing ceremony and attended a traditional luncheon with congressional leaders. The inauguration also faced protests, reflecting the divided political climate as Trump embarks on his second term. A devastating fire at the Grand Kartal Hotel in Turkey's Kartalkaya ski resort has resulted in the deaths of at least 76 people, with dozens more injured. The blaze, which began around 3:30 a.m. local time on the restaurant floor of the 12-story hotel, spread rapidly, forcing panicked guests to jump from windows in a desperate bid for escape. Witnesses described the scene as apocalyptic, with people using ropes and bed sheets to attempt to flee the inferno. The hotel, located in the Bolu Mountains, was fully booked during a peak holiday season, attracting many families from nearby cities like Istanbul and Ankara. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has declared a national day of mourning in response to the tragedy. An investigation into the cause of the fire is underway, with 6 prosecutors assigned to the case. The incident highlights concerns over safety measures at the hotel, with reports indicating that no alarm sounded during the fire. Emergency services faced challenges due to the hotel's location and freezing temperatures, which delayed their response. A tragic stabbing incident in the German city of Aschaffenburg has resulted in the deaths of 2 individuals, including a 2-year-old boy and a 41-year-old man. The attack occurred at Schöntal Park near the city center last Wednesday. A 28-year-old suspect from Afghanistan was apprehended shortly after the incident and is currently in custody. 2 others were seriously injured in the attack and are receiving medical treatment. Police have confirmed that there is no ongoing threat to the public and are investigating the motives behind the stabbing, which remain unclear. The incident has heightened concerns about public safety in Germany, particularly as the country approaches parliamentary elections on February 23rd. This attack follows a series of violent incidents, including a car ramming at a Christmas market in Magdeburg last month, which left 6 people dead. Bavarian State Premier Markus Söder condemned the attack as cowardly and despicable, while Chancellor Olaf Scholz expressed frustration over the frequency of such violent acts. The German government is facing pressure to reassess immigration policies in light of these events. In a significant development in the ongoing impeachment trial of former President Yoon Suk Yeol, his former defense minister, Kim Yong-hyun, testified as the first witness. The proceedings are part of the Constitutional Court's deliberations on whether to formally remove Yoon from office or reinstate him following his impeachment by the National Assembly on December 14th. Kim Yong-hyun supported Yoon's argument that the martial law decree was intended to alert the public about potential dangers posed by the opposition-controlled National Assembly. However, this stance contrasts with allegations made by investigators who accuse Yoon of rebellion and abuse of power during his brief imposition of martial law in early December. The testimony comes as South Korean investigators have recommended that Yoon be formally charged with insurrection and obstruction of parliament. The Constitutional Court has up to 180 days to make a final decision on Yoon's fate, which could lead to a new presidential election if his removal is confirmed. The trial continues to draw intense national and international attention, highlighting deep political divisions within South Korea. Despite a fragile ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, Israeli forces have intensified their military operations in the West Bank, particularly in the Jenin refugee camp. The operation, dubbed Iron Wall, has resulted in significant destruction and displacement. At least 12 Palestinians have been killed and over 40 injured, including medical personnel, in the recent raids. The Israeli military has destroyed essential infrastructure, closed hospital entrances, and forcibly displaced approximately 2,000 families. The operation follows a series of airstrikes and ground incursions that have exacerbated the humanitarian crisis in the region. Jenin, known as a hub of Palestinian resistance, has faced repeated military actions by Israeli forces since October 2023. The ongoing violence has deepened tensions and worsened economic conditions in the West Bank. Meanwhile, the Gaza ceasefire remains in place, but the situation in the West Bank continues to deteriorate. International organizations have called for an end to the occupation and compliance with international law to protect civilians. The escalation in violence highlights the challenges in achieving lasting peace in the region. As we wrap up another edition of the 7 Days Report, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks for joining me this evening. We've covered a wide array of significant global events, and I hope you found our news insightful and engaging. Remember, you can catch us every weekend at 12 p.m. and 9 p.m. for your weekly major news from around the world. Your feedback and interactions are what make this show special, so don't hesitate to reach out and share your thoughts. Stay tuned for next week's episode, where we'll dive deeper into the stories shaping our world. Until then, take care and keep informed. This is Vasilios Nikolaos Vitsilogiannis signing off. Have a great evening.